Thonar versus Donar. What's the difference? Now, before we begin, well, this name, Thonar, or if you will, Donar, is a name of a deity called, in the Norse sources, as Thor. Thor is a thunder deity who is the son of Odin. Now, let us carry on. In brief, Thonar is an older spelling, and Donar is a later spelling. But let's go more deeply into that. Thus, this begs the question, what happened? Well, what happened was a High German consonant shift that occurred roughly from the 9th century to the 10th century, and this was the fourth phase of it, because there is more than one phase going on. In this particular phase, so from Proto-Germanic to Old High German, so the sound th, as in thin in English, became th, as in then in English, and then evolved into a d sound. Okay, and this is in linguistics. This is called voicing, because th as in thin is unvoiced, and th as in then is voiced. And when that's voiced over that, it becomes a d sound, a d sound. And this is only for words in the initial position, meaning the start of a word, as well as in the medial position, meaning in the middle of a word, but not the final position. And what does this mean? Final meaning the end of a word. No. So this sound change is only in the start of a word, in the middle of a word, not the end of a word. It's also important to bear in mind that, yeah, these sound changes happened, but the thing is, this is a time long before the printing press, long before standardization of language. Even from town to town, people would write things a little differently from their neighbors even, or what have you. So what I'm trying to say is that so when the sound change happened, it's not like everyone all at once started speaking differently or started writing things differently. But anyway, just to go on, so should you see a th and it's like from and the text you're reading is before the 9th century, then it's likely that th would be a th sound, a unvoiced th like English thin. But should you be reading something from the 9th century and the voiced th is represented by th there and as well as a dh to represent th, a voiced th, if you will, as in then in English. And finally, d is represented by d. Thus, as the High German consonant shift phase 4 suggests that, well, this occurred in the 9th century and as well as through the 10th century and obviously and beyond that, that we have this d. So bear in mind that, again, this was a time long before the printing press, so not everyone at this time, spoke the same way. That's why we have dialects, because dialects reflect different sound changes that happened in certain areas. So that's something to bear in mind. Thus, what we have here, essentially that Thonar, or if you will, if you want to go further back, a Thonar, evolved into Donar, in the 9th and 10th century. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you're new, and if you really like the channel, please become a patron at my Patreon page down below. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.